Media. Media coverage of sport is widespread. By listening to commentators, pundits and watching replays, we improve our knowledge and understanding. Participation in sports covered by the media is always higher than those that are not. TV coverage takes many forms: entertainment, live programmes and highlights, informative documentaries, instructive coaching series and experts, educational school programmes. Media and its impact on sport. Positive impacts: money. The media companies pay for the rights to show a sporting event. Also, sports shown on the TV generate more sponsorship. Education: people learn the rules of sport from watching it on the television. Role models: seeing good sports people on TV and in newspapers makes them a role model for people to look up to. Inspiration: media brings sport to people who may not normally get the experience it otherwise. This can encourage people to get involved, and coach and aid watching professionals on the TV can help you see how techniques should be performed and done properly. Negative impacts include lack of attendance for matches that are shown on the TV. Ticket sales often drop. Overload: there is a lot of sport on the TV nowadays. Some say it's too much. Attention: sports stars often complain of too much attention being paid to their private lives. Demands: the media can put pressure on the organisers of sporting competitions to make the viewing experience better for the audience. And media and its effect on sport performance. The media can have a very good and bad impact on players. One example would be the footballer Torres. During his spell at Liverpool, he scored many goals and gained himself a good reputation, and it gave him more confidence. People supported him and admired what he did, and he carried on doing so. Then when he moved to Chelsea for £50 million, people in the media started to slate him for chasing the money. A lot of fans were saying it was overpriced, so he knew he had a lot to prove. He had a lot to carry on his shoulders, and the fact he had a lot to prove, the people in the media, he couldn't deal with the pressure and struggled at Chelsea and wasn't the same player and lacked confidence. Different types of media. Television has a huge impact on sport and commercialism. Some channels especially broadcast sports 24 hours a day. Large-scale sports events are usually run to suit TV audiences. Sport on the TV has also been a good catalyst to get more people involved in sport, as young people aim to follow in the footsteps of their role models. However, television has also prompted a more sedentary lifestyle in Britain today, which may contribute to the drastic rise in obesity we are witnessing. Magazines. Different magazines have varying impacts on society. Some magazines may help advice on fitness and health and interesting articles to intrigue the reader. However, the magazines may include articles that can damage self-esteem and cause emotional and physiological problems. The internet may also contribute to the high levels of lifestyles we are familiar with today. However, it also allows live streaming of sport on TV to catch up, which makes sport more accessible to wide audiences. Fan sites also allow clubs and players to have a global presence and permits fans to keep up to date with the latest news and events in the club. Technology and sport. The world of sport is continually changing over the years, and the use of technology is just one of those areas that have made an impact on many sports in the modern day. One criticism of the use of technology is that it can slow down the speed of the game, but on the other hand, for many people it makes watching it more enjoyable to see the correct decision being made. Goal line technology. Goal line technology is essentially a bundle of technologies that together monitor the path of the ball and detects when it crosses the goal line. The referee wears a watch, and if the ball passes the line, it will flash the goal. This is a good idea as it doesn't take much time. It's not complicated to realise if it was a goal or not. Vanishing spray is a foam substance applied to an athletic field in order to provide a temporary visual marker. Its use in association football is not regulated by the laws of the game, authorisation being in the hands of the governing body of a match, league or tournament. In association, football referees use the foam to enforce the rules as to the minimum distance that the members of the opposing team must remain from the ball during a free kick. How kits have developed over time. In the early days of the game, when the likes of Sheffield FC would play Hallamore, Notts County, there were no kits as such. Players would turn up for the matches wearing whatever they could find, even cricket whites, and then wearing distinctive hats or scarves over the tops that they could, like the two teams could stand out. It was only when the FA Cup began in the 71-72 season that kits really began to be created, with the rules of the competition stating that each team must wear a distinctive kit. As we began to move through the 1900s, kits began to become more stylish, with the likes of Manchester United adopting the V style around the neck. It was in 1909 before goalkeepers were required to wear a different kit so they could tell between the goalkeepers and the players. By the late 90s and early 2000s, clubs have taken to selling replica versions of their shirts to supporters, complete with the names and numbers printed on the back. This soon became the most valuable marketing strategy for clubs. As you can see in the pictures of the Arsenal kit old and new, you can see football kits are now used as a way for sponsors to market themselves and earn money, as these kits will be seen worldwide, and it's a good way to get the company names out there. How football boots have developed over time. Football boots have changed massively over time and are now very light, comfortable and colourful. Compared to when football started to become a big sport, people wore heavy leather boots with 6 studs on the bottom, and the boots came up past the ankle and weren't very comfy. Although these boots were also made today, but with a better comfort and fit. Also, companies like Nike and Adidas use the best players around the world today to advertise their latest boots and wear them in games. So now football boots are also seen as a massive way of companies making money. Cameras in football. The use of cameras in football games is a massive thing in the game, as it allows football to be shown to people around the world who aren't fortunate enough to get to the live games. Cameras bring us some of the best moments in television, such as the Diego Maradona hand of God and Wayne Rooney's overhead kick against Manchester City. These are all moments that we all get to witness because of the cameras and their quality that they provide for shows such as Match of the Day also. And that's it.
Okay, well done. Right, just going back to the media, can you tell me the positive and the negative impacts on social media?
Positive impact, like players like getting good recognition on Twitter or something, going to give them more confidence, and then some players get a lot of stick like on social networking sites, and it can dock their confidence and have an effect on the performance.
Okay, brilliant. With the technology, how do you think the use of analysis now, what sort of impact has that had on sport, with things like the increase in computer software and things like that?
I think it's easier to, like I said about the goal line technology, it's done a lot quicker because of the software we can use and stuff like that.
Okay, what about player analysis, things like that?
What do you mean,
Like some of the software available now. What does that allow?
Football, they've got like the big screens that can pick out players and analyse the performance, like James Carragher and Gary Neville.
Brilliant. Right, I think that went positive first. It was all right.
Yeah.
Bit more.
Apart from them two trying to make me laugh. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, development point for next time.
Probably stop looking at the screen so much, but I forget what I'm going to say, so I have to.
Yeah, I thought you did all right. I thought it was really good. Just it took a lot of time just to read from your screen, but obviously you're confident enough to try and speak over it. It's like I've asked you a couple of questions there. You spoke about them.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy?
Yes, I am.